Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and I have an urgent alert here for you about a stock that is starting to short squeeze. For those of you who have been around for any amount of time, you might remember from 2021 when certain stocks like GME and AMC decided to short squeeze. They went up thousands of percent and made overnight millionaires. And now here we are 4 years later, and another stock has started to short squeeze. Literally, the most shorted stock in the entire stock market is started to go up massively. It is up 127% on Monday alone, and it looks like it's about to go up a whole lot more. The stock that we're talking about is BYND, Beyond Meat, up 127% on Monday, and it looks like the short squeeze is just getting started. I'm not going to go into details about this stock because the financials are complete and total load of crap. This is not a long-term hold. I want to be very clear here. This is a short-term trade. We are looking to hold this stock for a couple of days, maybe a week at the most. I'm just looking to play the short squeeze. I am not looking to hold this stock long term. Let's talk about why the short squeeze has started to happen. Essentially, a debt exchange settlement has triggered the short squeeze. Basically, Beyond Meat found a way to settle some of their debt and avoid what was looking like it was going to be for sure bankruptcy. So it gives a little bit of new life to the company, a little bit of hope to investors. That's what caused the stock to start to go up and ultimately triggered the short squeeze. But again, we're not going to talk about the fundamentals of the company because it doesn't really matter. What we're interested in are the technicals and how much higher the stock could go. Conservatively, Goldman Sachs sees the stock having a 23% chance of a 1 standard deviation move upward or a 46% gain over the next week. So very conservatively, Goldman Sachs sees a 23% chance at a 46% or higher gain over the next 5 trading days. As of Monday, however, BYND was already up 3 standard deviations. So it's clear just based upon the standard deviations alone from the normal trading amount that BYND is seeing significant inflows and a significant rise in price, meaning this is more than just your normal move. This is more than just a small short squeeze. This is a massive short squeeze, or as some of these FinTwit people like to say, MOAS, mother of all short squeezes. BYND stock has 76.75 million shares outstanding and a float of 63.25 million shares. This stock is heavily shorted with 51.8% short interest, although I'm going to show you in a minute a little bit more details on this, show you why that's actually significantly understating how much shares are actually short. We're going to look at some dark pool data here in a minute. 31.12 million shares are short based upon last month's data, but don't worry, I've got really up-to-date data that I'll show you here in a minute. To quickly explain what a short squeeze is, kind of how it works, basically a short squeeze occurs when short sellers are forced to buy back shares that they borrowed due to margin calls. As a result of short sellers buying back those shares, it causes the stock price to rise higher, which causes more short sellers to buy, which causes more buying and ultimately leads to extremely heavy trading and a very, very rapid rise in the price of the stock. Today's 127% rally follows a 24% rally on Friday. The stock is down 82% year to date and nearly 90% over the past 12 months, meaning the stock has a huge amount of room to go up. BYND closed Monday at $1.47. It could go up a lot higher though. Analysts who have been extremely bearish on the stock still have an average price target of $2.20 on it with a high price target of $4. The way analyst price targets work, they tend to increase their price targets as a stock increases in price. So we can expect those analyst price targets to go up as the price of BYND goes up. However, the fact that the very, very conservative analysts have an average price target of $2 shows that that would be the smallest dollar amount that I would expect BYND to rise to. before continuing higher and ultimately seeing these analysts increase their price targets. Now, I said that we would be taking a look at a lot more details on the short interest of the stock to get a better idea of how high the stock might go. So let's go ahead and do that now. For this, I'm using a website called Fintel that provides very detailed, up-to-date data on stocks that actually gives hour-by-hour data rather than the month-old data that we saw before. And we can see that the official short interest is 39 million shares, with an official short interest of 62%. But this is what I love about Fintel, is we also get the off-exchange short interest or the dark pool short interest. And take a look at this. Official short interest, 39.5 million shares. Dark pool short interest, 169.2 million. Meaning there are 4 times as much shares being shorted as officially reported. So take Goldman Sachs' predicted increase of 42% higher, multiply times 4, and you get about 160% increase in stock price from here. Again, very conservative numbers, but just based upon the dark pool data and Goldman Sachs' conservative prediction of how much higher the stock might go, looks like about 160% higher from Monday's closing price. Now, again, this is just based upon the math, upon the technicals and the short interest data on the stock. Who knows what the stock could actually do? Certainly, we saw stocks like GME and AMC go up significantly more than that when the short squeezes started. But conservatively, we're looking at about 160% increase from Monday's closing price. Now, I want you to be able to get access to these tools. They're totally free. I'll show you where you can find those. Just go to my website, weprofit.io, and at the top of the website, you're going to see a button for Earn. Click that, and then click Research Tools, and that'll take you to this page here. And scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a link for Fintel, and that'll show you the short interest details on the stock as well as some dark pool data. Completely free website. And then if we scroll down a little bit further, we also see this other website called High Short Interest. And this is really cool. Again, totally free tool. It's just a very simple list of stocks shorted by short squeeze interest from highest to lowest. And on that website, we do, of course, see Beyond Meat as number 1 with the most amount of short interest of any stock in the entire stock market. That is the stock that has already started a short squeeze. But remember how in 2021, when GME started to short squeeze, it actually brought AMC up along with it. So I want to take a look at some of the other stocks that have a very high short interest on this list, specifically the stocks that are very popular with retail traders, because those are stocks that might short squeeze here soon as well. And some of the stocks that stick out at me include HIMS, HIMS in here research, health, that's HIMS, AI, which is C3.ai, and SOUN, which is SoundHound. All 3 of those are very, very popular with retail traders. And since Beyond Meat has started to short squeeze, HIMS, AI, and SOUN might also start short squeezing as well. So if you're looking to buy a stock that is not yet short squeezed, but might soon, consider those 3 as well. And yes, we do alert about these trades before they go up. In fact, we talked about BYND this morning before the market opened at about 8 a.m. Mr. M actually alerted it at 8:17 a.m. that BYND was starting to short squeeze. You could have jumped in pre-market with us and made a ton of money on the stock today. If you want to get these trade alerts and make money on stocks like these short squeezes and other stocks that are going up, come join us in Stock Dad's Discord. You get all my trade alerts and trade alerts from over 30 full-time professional multi-millionaire traders. That's at weprofit.io/stockdads. Again, weprofit.io/stockdads gets you full access to all of our trade alerts. And I know what you're asking. Where can I find these traders on YouTube? I want to go follow Mr. M on YouTube and get his trade alerts. Guess what? You can't. A lot of these traders simply aren't on YouTube. You may have heard that old adage that those who can do and those who can't teach. Well, Stock Dads is full of traders who can and do, and they're not sitting around teaching on places like YouTube and X and Rumble and all these other places. So if you want to find them, you can only find them in the Stock Dads Discord. All they do is post their trade alerts as they're making money throughout the day. So come join us in Stock Dads. You get my trade alerts, 30 other full-time professional multimillionaire traders as well at weprofit.io/stockdads. Check out the other stocks that are starting to short squeeze as well, and I will see you in the next video.